Hey guys, and welcome to day 27 of the July Scrapathon. So if you don't know what that is, I have all the information in my introductory video and in the Facebook group, both linked in the description below. So today we have a recipe challenge happening. So I will give you the recipe in just a bit, but before that I'd like to mention that me and Leah, or Leah and I don't know how to do that. I don't know what the grammatically correct point is, from Scrap and Plan with Leah, is her channel, are using the same products to make this page. So the recipe calls for, so I'm going to show you what I have, I'm going to tell you what each aspect of the recipe, each ingredient of the recipe is, let's say. Then I'm going to show you our corresponding choices. So we are using the Outwall collection primarily by Fancy Pants. So you have to choose 4 pieces of paper. Now I am shooting this product share after I've made the layout, so it's basically what I've got left. But the 4 pieces that we're using is this feather paper, and then this green paper, and we're also using the back side, which is this gorgeous wood grain. I'm sorry guys, I don't remember the names of these. And then this blue paper. So that makes 4 papers if you count both sides of that. And I used them all. I used all these patterns from the 6x6 paper pad, which is why I still have a lot of the 12x12s left. Then the next thing you have to use is a letter sticker. So we are using these stripy, these black and white striped puffy stickers that came with the collection, and I love these. I love this. Okay, and then we are using a puffy sticker set. So you must use puffy stickers on your page, and we are using these the puffy stickers that came with the Outwall collection. As you can see, they're quite used up, my set at least. And then we're also using some tiny word stickers, and we are going to be using the ones from Tim Holtz, and I used the Chit Chat ones. And then last but not least, we have to use 2 photos, as you can see here on the layout. So just to recap, 4 pieces of paper, letter stickers, puffy stickers, word stickers, and at least 2 photos. If you want to use more, that's fine by me. Yeah, so if you want to use the same products as us as well, go ahead, do that. It would be great. If you want to scrap lift one of us, well, at least for me, I'm fine with that. So I'm going to show you how I made this layout. As I mentioned in some previous videos, I am not currently at home, so I have to film layout shares because I don't have another way to film process videos. And I'm holding this camera in my hands, so if it's a little wobbly, I'd just like to apologize for that. Okay, so I started with taking the papers because I had to find a way to use all 4 of them. And I had 3 sheets. So the 6x6 paper pad from the Outwall collection comes with 3 sheets of each of the patterns. And I think I had I had at least 1.5 of each of these. I'm not sure. I don't think I used all of that paper, but that's what I had available. So I just started ripping it with my hand, like literally tearing it. And I just started to layer all of these papers together, so you can see that the ripping is very prominent. I really like how that looks, and you can see some of the patterns are tucked in under the ripping, like right here. I think that creates a really cool effect, so don't be scared to rip your paper. So what I did though, because I wasn't sure where I wanted to place this column, I just glued all the papers to each other. That was not a fun process, guys, but it was worth it. Especially with that stupid glue I have, but yeah. And then I just moved the cluster around. So I originally had it over here when I was gluing it down, but then I scooted over to the center. And my pictures were in 4x6, but I felt that 2 4x6 pictures were just covering up too much of this, and I spent way too much time on it to have it covered up, and I really like how it looks. So I just trimmed them down as much as I could, and they are the same size. I'm not sure what, because I was just eyeballing it, and then I put that picture over this picture and kind of got the same size. I don't have a trimmer with me, so I had to hand cut everything. And then just to make them pop a bit off the page and pull in that red from the feather paper, because that's the only place where the red showed up, I just matted my photos with some red, the red paper, also from a 6x6 paper pad. And again, I had more than one sheet, so I could easily fit both of these pictures on 2 sheets. And then I decided I was going to make 2 separate clusters. So I pull out these frames, and these are the sticky notes from the Owl collection. And I just added one to each of the 2 clusters. And then I needed embellishments, so I went to my die cuts, the only set of die cuts I have with me, and that is the Maggie Holmes, what is it called? Notes and Things Value Kit with Becky Higgins and Project Life. So it's a Project Life card set with some die cuts in it. And I pull out this one that says the best, and it kind of just points over here, which is why I set it to the bottom photo. And then good things take time. I put it up there, and that's really relevant with the story, which I haven't journaled yet, and I'll tell you why when I get to it. And then I pulled in my puffy stickers because I had to add them in, and I was having a lot of trouble using these throughout projects that I've made in the past, these puffy stickers with the lots of color. But I felt that they worked really nicely on this page because there is lots of color in the paper strips here, because there's both the blue, there's the light blue in the feathers, there's the red, there's the black, there's the yellow. So it just pulls everything together, and again, it just makes the pictures pop a bit more. So I just use the feather up here and the diamond down here. And then I knew I was going to use these words, this title up here. I knew I was going to use these stickers, so I wasn't sure where I was going to put the title. So in the meantime, I just used some of these accents that come, so these plus signs and some of these dots as kind of like enamel dots. And I put 2 down here and 2 up there. I had 3 at some point, but then I decided I added these word stickers, and 3 with that word sticker just thrown in there didn't look good to me. So this kind of creates a visual triangle right there and up there. And then just for a little extra pop, I added this silver rhinestone. And once all that was done, I had no clue where to put my title. So I was experimenting in this little space in between the photos, but I thought that just looked weird. Then I thought I could layer it down here, which you see kind of destroyed my photo, but that's okay. And then I tried layering them up there, I tried putting them on the side, somehow it just wasn't working. And then I thought I could create a little third cluster up there, and it just kind of pulls everything together, since these 2 weren't really centered anyway, because as you can see, there's a lot less space at the bottom than there is over at the top. So yeah, I just did that. But before I went to that, and before all of this was glued down, well, the frame was glued down, but before I glued down the photos, it felt a little plain to me. So I pulled out my Peacock Feathers Distress ink, which I bought while I was here, and it was the only blue that I had. And I wasn't sure if it would match, so I did some testing on the back here, and I decided I liked it, so I just added just a little bit using the packaging technique. So I just added water and the distress ink onto packaging. Like for example, this packaging here, this plastic. Well, not this one, but it would look like that. I just smushed it on like around the photo cluster here, and then down here, and just a little bit over here. And then when I went to make the third cluster, I just repeated all of the same elements. So I matted the letter stickers on a piece of red, as to bring in that red into all 3 clusters, and I think that really keeps everything connected. And then I added another one of these clouds up here. Not a cloud, another cloud. I mean another one of those puffy stickers, because it had the same color schemes and pattern as the feather and the diamond. So I wanted to bring in that pop of color up there, and it seemed fitting to have the cloud at the top of the page. So I just stuck that over there, and I framed the whole I added a frame to just kind of ground that cluster as well. Now ideally I would have added and I will probably when I go home, another silver rhinestone, but I only had 2 silver ones left, so I just added the I'll just add one up there later on. Sorry guys, I just want to show you. So this is my set of rhinestones and from Tiger, and it's double this size, but of course I had to cut it in half because I wanted to have one in a kit, and one in my stash at some point, and it just was too huge anyway, and it'd be much easier to store this with. But anyway, so that will have a rhinestone up there, and I think that will just help connect everything a bit more. And there will also be 2 lines of journaling under each of these clusters, so that will also help connect everything. But why I didn't do my journaling already is because I want to figure out some dates with the house, and I wanted to plan my journaling to have it just so it would be a bit more planned, since I only want to have 2 lines under each of these. And basically the story is that my family's been building this house, well, trying to build it for at least 10 years. And we would go stand at the property every year and stare at the half-finished house, like without even the bricks in it. And nothing was happening. And then finally this year, they started rebuilding it, and now they just put the tiles in, like the flooring, so it's obviously built more than this. But this is like the pictures I have, and they still tell the story, so it's fine by me. But yeah, I just want to kind of say that story in a bit more detail and with a few more accurate facts. Okay, and then last but not least, to ground the whole thing, I used this pigment ink pad, which is called Black Tie is the color, and it's by Ranger. And I just inked the edges to just ground the whole page a bit and bring in some more of that black that's in the feathers and in the word stickers. So that is it. Don't forget to check out Leah's video. There will be a link in the description below. Also check out the April Lilli store and join the Facebook group for a chance to win the enter to win the grand prize, which is a $20 gift card to the April Lilli store. As I said, all of this is in full detail in the introductory video and in the Facebook group, so go check those out, and I will see you tomorrow.